we have learned about elements of weather. Okay, what are the things we have learned? Different elements of weather like temperature, humidity, pressure, precipitation, condensation, rainfall. Okay, these are the things we have learned in the previous class. And in your 6th lesson, it talks about reporting of weather, how the weather is reported, how the various elements of weather is reported. We know that to measure temperature, we use thermometer. Okay, in thermometer, when we see there are two measurements, two types of measurements will be given, one in Fahrenheit and other one is in Celsius. And when you measure in Fahrenheit, the freezing point of Fahrenheit is 32 degree and the boiling level is 12 Fahrenheit. And when we take Celsius, the freezing point is 0 degree Celsius and the boiling point is 100 degree Celsius. And the next thing, pressure. Okay, the pressure is measured by barometer. Okay, barometer is used to measure pressure, and precipitation is used to measure with the help of a rain gauge. Okay, it is a cylinder which is used by a funnel. Okay, so the rain gauge is used to measure precipitation. And the next thing, rain means speed. Direction of speed is measured Beaufort scale. Okay, it is used to measure. And today we are going to learn about the new topic. It is about types of rocks. We know that rocks can be found on the top layer of the earth. When we take the earth, there is different layers of earth found on the surface of the earth. It is lithosphere, exosphere. Okay, the top layer of the earth is called lithosphere. Okay, when we take the earth is consists of both water bodies and the land mass. When we talk about land mass, the 29% of the earth is covered by land, or it is consists of 7 continents. Okay, and the remaining is covered by water bodies. So water bodies will be 71% and the land mass will be 29%. In the 29% of the land mass consists of various rocks and different minerals and materials. Now we will see the layers of earth. When we talk about, I said continent. Okay, what is continent? Continent is the large land mass which is separated by the water bodies. So the land mass, when we say there are 7 continents. Okay, now what is the structure of the earth? When we talk about the structure of the earth, there are 3 important structures or layers are there in the earth. Okay, the topmost layer of the earth is called crust, and below the top layer of the earth, below the surface of the earth, we can find the mantle. It is the middle layer of the earth, and the next one is core. It is inner layer of the earth. The crust, the outer layer of the earth will be solid, that consists of rocks, soil and different other minerals. Mantle is the area or is the thing which is semi-solid, and core. When we take core, it is divided into 2, inner core and outer core. Inner core will be solid and outer core will be liquid. Now we will see crust. We will take the first layer of the earth. Crust. What is crust? It is the upper layer of the earth, upper layer of the surface of the earth. The hard upper layer of the surface of the earth is called a crust. So I said it is solid. Okay, when we see crust, there are 2 important things are found on the crust. That is, one is soil soil? Soil is silicon plus aluminum. So in the crust we can see, in the top layer of the earth we can find soil, okay, silica and aluminum, and the inner crust we can find sima. Okay, sima is silica and magnesium. Okay, so the inner crust is made up of silica and magnesium, and the upper layer or outer crust is made up of silica and aluminum. Now, when we see the thickness of crust, the thickness it varies. Okay, the thickness is not same in everywhere. Okay, for example, in the continent, the thickness will be more in comparing with the ocean floor. The ocean floor, the thickness of the crust will be less, and in the continents, the thickness of the crust will be more. Okay, and what is the density of the crust? When we measure the density from the surface of the earth, the density will be 2.723 meter. And mantle, the second one is mantle. See, for example, when we take crust is made up of different minerals. Okay, we can see different types of minerals. What is minerals? Minerals are naturally occurring substances with chemical, means fixed or definite chemical proportion. Okay, it is the natural substance with definite chemical proportion, that is called mineral. When we talk about mineral, there are two types of minerals are there, that is a natural substance, another one is inorganic substance. So both the natural and inorganic substance are made by minerals. Now, when we talk about minerals, what are the minerals are found? Okay, the different minerals are silica, quartz, mica, calcite, magnesium, gypsum. Okay, these are some of the minerals that found, okay, on the earth crust. And the second layer is called mantle. I already told mantle, the nature of the mantle is semi-solid. And mantle consists of iron and manganese. We can say magnesium. Okay, iron and magnesium, because below the inner crust, and it is continuation of inner crust, there will be the outer layer of the mantle will be there. So what will be found? Iron and manganese will be found more in the mantle. And when we talk about mantle, it covers 2,850 kilometers wide in the surface of in the inner region of the earth. Okay, and the density of the mantle will be 3.5 to 5.5. And the next thing, the third layer of the surface of the earth is core. Okay, when we talk about core, we can divide the core. I already told it is outer core and inner core. Outer core will be liquid in nature and inner core is solid in nature. And this core is made up of nickel and iron. Okay, you should understand there will be always movements. There is always compression and pressure that occurs in the interior of the earth that brings various chemical, mechanical changes in the interior of the earth. So here in core we can find nickel and iron. The density of the core is from 5.1 to 13. Okay, and the next thing is rock. Okay, because we are learning about rocks. What is rock? What is rock made up of? Rock is a solid material which is found on the earth. Okay, it is the combination of minerals combined together. So rock or combination of minerals which is combined together. So most of the minerals we can find in the rocks, and there are more than 3,500 minerals are found on the surface of the earth. And when we see the rocks, There are three important types of rocks are there. The first one is igneous rock, and the second one is metamorphic rock, and the third one is sedimentary rock. Now we learn how these rocks are formed and what is the importance of these rocks. The first type of rock talks about igneous rock. Now, how these igneous rocks are formed? Igneous rocks are formed because of the cooling and solidification of molten lava that comes out from the interior of the earth. Okay? Because of the molten lava, these igneous rocks are formed. Now, when we see what is the nature of these igneous rocks, okay, when we talk about the nature, there are two important nature. One is crystallite. Okay, the igneous rocks will be crystallite and it is compact of different minerals. Okay, and how these igneous rocks form? It will not occur everywhere. Okay, it will not occur in the fossils or in the layers of strata. Okay, it forms because of the molten lava, not because of the fossils or layers of strata. Now, there are two important types of igneous rocks are there. The first one is intrusive rock, another one is extrusive rock. How this intrusive rocks formed? Intrusive rocks formed because of the molten lava that when it comes, it is not coming out, but it is becoming solidification in the interior of the earth. That forms the intrusive rock. And extrusive rock, what happens? The molten lava, it oozed outside because of the pressure and compression that occurs in the interior of the earth. Then after it oozed out, what happened? On the surface of the earth, it became solid. That's how this igneous rock formed. And this igneous rock, it takes long process to be formed. Okay. And the next type of rock is sedimentary rock. What is sedimentary rock? Sedimentary rock, how it is formed? The sedimentary rocks are formed because of the layers of the earth, different layers of the earth. The material which is buried and it is covered by different layers of soil. Okay, and it takes millions of years to be formed as different minerals to be formed in the sedimentary rock. And when we talk about sedimentary rock, it is found mainly in the underwater floor. Okay, especially in the oceanic floor and where the rivers, lakes and shallow sea is there, we can find the sedimentary rock. We have learned that igneous rocks not occurred because of the fossils or layers of strata. But here the sedimentary rocks are formed because of the fossils and the different layers of strata and by the dead plants and animals. Okay, due to various reasons, the dead plants and animals, it is buried under the earth and it is covered up by different layers of soil that becomes sedimentary rocks. And example of sedimentary rock, the first one is sandstone and limestone. Conglomerate is another types of sedimentary rock, and chalk and calcite. Okay, gypsum. These are some of the examples for sedimentary rock. Okay, and when we talk about sedimentary rock, it formed because of three important changes that occurs in the interior of the earth. The first one is mechanical change. Okay, the second one is organic change, and the third one is chemical change. So all the three changes that becomes the reason for the formation of sedimentary rock. Okay, and the next rock is metamorphic rock. What is metamorphic rock? How this metamorphic rock formed? The metamorphic rocks are formed because of the metamorphism, okay, that occurs on the igneous rock and sedimentary rock. When the metamorphism that occurs, how these igneous rocks turned into, the igneous rock turned into granite and basalt, and the sedimentary rock it is turned into limestone, okay, and coal, and the limestone turned into quartz and coal turned into graphite, and later it turned into diamond. Okay, these are the different nature of metamorphism. So metamorphism occurs because of the metamorphism that occurs in the surface of the earth. All the three changes like mechanical, chemical and organic changes that occurs in the interior of the earth that causes the metamorphism. Okay, because in metamorphism what happened? In metamorphism, already existing rocks, it takes another form. Okay, when it turns another form, the color changes, the texture and nature also changes. Okay, because for metamorphism, it takes long process to be occur. Now we will see what are the significance of rock. The soil which we find on the surface of the earth is because of the rock. Okay, because of weathering. Okay, what happens? The rock will be break down due to various chemical, physical and mechanical changes. There are three important changes that occurs on the surface of the earth, that is physical change, chemical change and biological change. Okay, these changes occur because of the various elements of weather. What are these elements of weather like rain, frost and temperature? Mainly for soil formation, these three elements are very important. What are the three elements? Like rain, frost and temperature. So the first significance of rock is soil is formed because of this rock. And the second thing we will see, different kinds of minerals are found in these rocks. For example, limestone and gypsum is used to make stone. And this rock, different types of rocks are used for different purposes. For example, granite and basalt is used for construction of buildings, industries and other things. Okay, the minerals like iron, magnesium, copper, this and all is used to make industries itself and different instruments. Okay, so these are the importance of rock. Now we will see weathering. I already told what is weathering. Weathering is the process of rocks turned into soil. Okay, when the various process that occurs on the surface of the earth like physical change means physical change, chemical and biological changes that occurs on the surface of the earth with the various elements of nature like rainfall, frost and temperature. What happened? There will be lot of physical and biological changes that occurs on the surface of the earth, especially on the rocks. When it occurs, the rocks will be broke down, okay, and it will be crumbled and it is turned into soil. For 1 centimeter of soil to be formed, it takes more than 1,000 years. Okay, and soil formation occurs because of the various elements of chemical, biological and physical changes. Now, how we can conserve the soil? there now soil erosion is there. Because of soil erosion, the soil lose its fertility. Minerals are taken away, carried away from the soil. Okay, it is the soil became not useful for any cultivation of any other things. Okay, so how we can conserve soil? There are three different ways. There are different ways to conserve soil. The first way to conserve soil is afforestation. And the second way to conserve soil is terrace farming. And the third one is congear tilling and congear bounding. Okay, these are the different ways how we can conserve the soil. Children, today we have learned in this class various instruments used to measure the elements of weather, and also we have learned about types of rocks, okay, and the structure of the earth. We have learned about the important types of rocks and the significance of rock, and also how the soil formation occur on the surface of the earth and how to conserve soil. These all things we have learned in this class. We'll see again, we'll meet again in the next class. So this is your next test portion. Prepare your lesson well and study well. Okay, we'll meet again in the next class. Children, take a textbook. We'll mark few questions from this lesson. Okay. Turn your textbook to page number 57. A, first one igneous, second one metamorphic, third one sedimentary, fourth one sediment, fifth one marble. Section B, false. Instead of organic, you have to write inorganic. Question 2, false. Instead of insertive, you have to write extensive. Third one, false. Instead of sedimentary, you have to write metamorphic. Fourth one is true, fifth one also true. C section, first one 53, second one 53, third one 53, fourth one 54, fifth one 54, and sixth one is granite. Seventh one, genesis is metamorphic, coal sedimentary, shale sedimentary, granite metamorphic, gypsum sedimentary, marble metamorphic, sandstone sedimentary, basalt igneous, limestone sedimentary, schist metamorphic. Section D, first one page 53 and 54, second one page 54. Second question, it can be like a differentiate also, okay. And the third one 54, fourth one 54, fifth one 55, and the sixth one also 55. And in the next page, name the type of rock. How is it formed? It is marble. Okay, it is marble. It is formed because of the metamorphism of coal. Coal turned into graphite and graphite turned into diamond. Okay, here this marble is formed because of the metamorphism. And in page number 53, you can turn page 53. Under the subheading structure of the earth, first line lost, and the third line beginning, C1. Under the subheading crust from the beginning till the fourth line till magnesium, you can mark for two questions, that is C2 and D1. D1 you can begin there. D1 ending is in the first paragraph of core in the next page, D1. And in the under the subheading mantle, first two line you can mark for C3. Under the subheadings core, first 3 lines you can mark for C4. And under the subheading core, second paragraph till the 5th line combined together you can mark for C5 and D2. D2 you can mark the full paragraph. Under the subheading Igneous Rock, first paragraph fully you can mark for D3. And there is a tabular column, 2 tabular columns given. Table 3 fully you can mark for D4. And move to page 55 under the subheading Sedimentary Rock fully you can mark for D5. And Metamorphic Rock fully you can mark for D6. After marking, turn page number 65. A section match the following 4, 1, 5, 3, 2. B, page 59. First one, second one, page 59. Third one, page 60. Fourth one, page 61. Fifth one, page 62. C, first one 60. Second one 60. Third one 60. Fourth one 61, fifth one 61. And D section, first one 59, second one 59, third one temperate latitude, fourth one soil, fifth one clay, silt, sand, humus. Sixth one page 64, seventh one page 62 and 63, eighth one page 64. Children, here we end the class. We will meet again in the next class. Thank you, children.